Hello everyone and welcome back to the third race in the iSNF Cup Series. We're going to our first mile and a half of the season, and it's looking like it's going to be quite an interesting one, with Skyylor Karnes having won the last two races. Wonder whether he can keep that up. Probably investigations into him if he does, because that would be insane, but overall, looking like a fun one, and once again, I am joined by Tony Trapasso. Hello, Tony.
Spin that wheel, cut that pack, roll them loaded dice. Welcome to Sin City, ladies and gentlemen. I am happy to be able to be in the booth with you for this one, Jason. I love this track.
Yeah, no, it is a great one. I've learned to love mile and a halves over my time broadcasting this, and this track is no exception. And yeah, I've said it many times. We're going to be looking forward to a great race as always. And the person who makes these races happen is here with us once again, Rhea Ferris. Hello.
Oh, good evening, guys. How are ya?
I'm doing pretty good.
Living the dream.
Good. Well, I've learned my lesson not to call you gentlemen, because usually one of you back out of that compliment. So, but now we have 133 laps here tonight at Las Vegas Sin City. It's going to be 200 miles under gray, cloudy skies. I think we're going to run into a little bit of nightfall by the time this one's through. Going to be a pretty, down on the throttle and see what we got. A lot like last week at Auto Club. Very similar track, only a little bit more banking. I think we're going to be able to see 3 wide at times easily here. So I think there's going to be some. I just saw some net code too with the net accident. So hopefully net code won't be, rearing its ugly head out there too much tonight. But guys, what do you think about doing a couple of race interviews? I have a segment that I would like to try to start doing each week here in iSNF for those of you just tuning in. That I'd like to try and spotlight a driver that doesn't necessarily always run up front, but we always hope they will have a good turnout. And, who's been with the league a while, just doesn't get that notoriety as much. What do you say we start off with driver Bob Wyckoff, who's been with iSNF quite some time. He's driver of the number 41 Stuart Haas Ford. Bob, do you have a copy out there? Bob Wyckoff, do you have a copy?
Bob was the one that you saw have that netcode issue.
And I was hoping to grab it.
Not doing the greatest right now.
Right, and I was hoping to kind of give him a little bit of a shout out here, but let's bring in Jason Ricketts. Jason Ricketts, Jason has been with the league since day one. He has been with the league, like I said, a really long time. He's dealing with some bad weather down there in Georgia. Hopefully got the chance to play in some of the snow. Jason Ricketts, you have a copy?
Oh no.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, Jason. Jason's driver of the number 9 Hendrick Motorsports car there. So what we're trying to do here is kind of spotlight an underdog coming into the race. You've been hand selected for that segment. Give us a kind of a breakdown coming into this race, and just let us know like what your strategy maybe to try to turn some things around and start getting some top tens this season, starting with this race.
Yeah, just trying to put myself in better positions there, kind of up towards the front and out of the storm there, so you say, I guess, and just try to be there at the end. That's the name of the game.
Yeah. So how's the new team working out for you this year? I mean, compared to last season, you were in a different car, different team. Do you feel you have a little bit more morale or help or motivation, to do better this season?
Oh yeah, I mean I've raced with these guys for a long time, so yeah, I'm pretty much familiar with them, and we all we all got the same thing in mind. At the end of the day, we want to be up there at the front. So yeah, we're doing what we need to do to as a team to make that happen there.
Are you having any connection issues due to the weather tonight?
Nah, no connection issues. I got daughter issues right now. It sounds like, but
Gotcha.
other than that, it's all right.
All right,
It's
my
not
friend.
got about 6 inches of snow, but other than that, it's nothing.
That's a dusting up here.
Yeah. Yep.
All
Yep.
right, my
But
friend.
that,
Well, good luck to you in this race and the rest of the season. Hopefully, we'll start grabbing you in for some podium finishes. What do you say?
yeah, I'd like to shout out to my people that's been with me, Dawsonville Poo Room, 400 Inc. That's my buddies down there in Dawsonville. They hooked me up with the graphics and stuff. So shout out to them there, and yeah, we hope we have a good night tonight.
All right, my friend. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's Jason Ricketts, driver of the number 9 machine. Hoping to try to turn some things around out there. And hopefully he gets. Are you guys seeing him in the session by chance?
Yes.
Okay. My SDK
no.
My SDK is not. It did, but it didn't. Now it's not for some reason. So I'm not.
Actually, I'm not showing him in the session either.
Yeah.
At all.
So I'm not sure what's happening there.
We got Joey Manus in the 8, and Colin Zimmer in the 10, but there's no 9 listed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he might be having some issues there that we don't really know. But I'd like to bring in driver of number 18. That is the Joe Gibbs number 18, driven by Travis Browder. The real life driver of this car in NASCAR is Kyle Busch. This is his home track, Las Vegas. I'm sure Travis Browder, being Kyle's number 1 fan, is going to try to put that car back in victory lane here for Kyle at his home track, coming off a fresh win at ARCA last night and driving his number 84 rookie car for Kyle. Travis Browder, what do you think you're going to be able to do to get that car in victory lane tonight?
Track position's going to be key. We'll see how this goes, and we'll see what we can do here tonight.
I see you got the Ethel Chocolates paint scheme going on tonight. Love seeing that car on the track. I don't know if you've ran that one yet, but it's
I haven't.
I love chocolate, so just seeing that is just going to make my mouth water during the race.
Yeah, this is what Kyle Busch drove this car last year in the last spring race here at Las Vegas in the spring of last year.
Oh, that's awesome.
If I remember right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you are right. But what's your take on the whole Mars company pulling out of their NASCAR sponsorship?
That's a good question. I'm going to miss M&M's for sure. And it's been around NASCAR for many years, but it was along for the ride. I'm going to think about the memories of M&M's for sure. For NASCAR.
Well, you did get the shirt at the right times before it.
I sure did. Better safe than sorry.
Oh yeah. Travis, real quick, how's it like working with your teammates that you're with over there at JGR? Here in ISNF, you guys have a good system, a good rapport. You guys have a good chemistry out there on the track.
Absolutely, we're all working together as a team, learning strategy, how the race is going to play out, what's going to be what, and like I said, we got a good amount of drivers that know what we're doing.
Awesome. Well, Travis, I'll let you go. I know practice will be wrapping up here momentarily. We'll go in the qual here in just a few minutes. Good luck to you, my friend.
3 wide.
Thank you, Reno. Thanks, guys. Oh.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Thanks, fellas. Have a good one up there.
You too. Remember the 18 machine there. T Rowdy, we like to call him. That's his nickname.
I can dig that.
So, I'll let you guys get down to business. I know we have some point standings to go over. I know that there's a couple of ties in there. This early in the season, you're going to have quite a few of those. So be interesting to check out that. I know there's going to be quite a bit of moving around here early in the season. I know I jumped, 13, 14 spots because of the dumpster fire that I like to call Daytona 500 coming into a pretty solid finish last week. So hopefully we get another solid one here for that number 12 machine out there, driven by yours truly, and perhaps maybe see you guys in the podium later on tonight. What do you think?
Sounds good, Rhea.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys and all you do out there, and viewers watching. I hope we got a good show about to unfold for you.
Yeah, well, good luck.
What do you say we go to those points that she was talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just get those up real quick. So, there we are. We've got Skyylor Karnes in first place after his
Shocker.
2 victories. But I guess what's more shocking is he's only got a lead by 2 points, and I guess that can be attributed to the bonus points that you get for leading laps, leading most laps, and clean race.
What point standings are you looking at?
Maybe the wrong one.
You are, because he's got a 57-point lead.
Well, let me just check that and then see if I imported the wrong one. Apologies.
I think you may have imported the wrong one, because I got him showing with those 2 race wins, no poles yet, but with all the bonus points he's been collecting, 10 so far on the season, he's got a 57-point lead over JB Banner. Then it gets real tight behind them, between JB Banner and Brian Chu in third place. There's only a 4-point gap. Then you're another 13 back to Marcus Hagman in fourth, who's only 1 point ahead of Travis Browder, who we just spoke to. Browder jumped 13 spots last week with that decent finish that he had at California. Jalen Battle is only 5 more points behind Travis. Richard Poulter, that's where the big gap starts, is between 6th and 7th. Between Jalen Battle in 6th and Richard Poulter in 7th, you've got a 35-point gap. And then it gets real tight again. You're 5 points back to Linus Brostrom in 8th, another 8 points back to Kobe Stuffman in 9th. Carl Rourke in 10th is only 1 point back from him. Derek Cook is 2 points back from him, tied with Isaac Wilson, again for 11th. And then we jump to 13th. We've got a tie there between Thomas Burtman and Brenton Henderson.
I see what happens. Let me just... I think I've seen what happened. Let me just fix the graphic quickly. The wrong points were input for Skyylor Karnes, but that's no worries.
Oops.
That should... There you go, that's fixed now.
Yay.
Right, where were we?
We just finished off basically the top 15 in points. As we've got cars out on the track right now for qualifying. Johnny Hopley is out on track. JB Banner's out on track. Johnny Castle's out on track. Marshall Harris going to lay down the first time, immediately bumped off by Richard Poulter. Bria Ferris goes second quick so far and is immediately bumped out of there as Mike Smith goes to the top of the pile.
Yeah, it looks like Jason Ricketts has joined the server, so that is good news.
Yes.
And looking up the order, I do also see one Hermie Sadler.
I see that as well. And
so he is hoping that he doesn't get taken out of this race.
Well, hopefully the good run that he had in the ARCA race earlier will transition into the Cup race tonight. Hermie actually getting his first finish on the season in ISNF. I can English, I promise. First finish of the season earlier in the ARCA race. Hopefully that'll transition over here quite well as Russell Bradka to the top of the pile with a 30-10.
Yeah, it's looking pretty tight at the top at the moment. We've got, 30-10, 30-12, 30-12, 30-14, 14, 15, 16, 16 for top 8.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any little improvements will get those guys right up there. Who actually have on laps? There's not too many people with laps to go.
Jalen Battle still is on his second right now. Currently sitting 25th quick.
Yep, he's just about to come across the line. Where's that going to put him? Oh, pole position by 700.
30 dead. Nice lap, sir.
Absolutely, that is a flying lap.
Marcus Hagman is just starting his first lap. Or just getting ready to end his first lap, I should say. And everybody seems to have improved on their second lap. But, Jason, if you want to take a quick look at the weather conditions these guys are dealing with tonight.
Yeah.
This is cold for the Las Vegas Metroplex.
Yeah, I'm not the most versed in Fahrenheit, but even I can tell that number's a bit lower than it should be.
It's about half of what it normally is at Vegas.
Marcus Hagman comes second.
Wow. Nice run, sir. Let's see what his fellow countryman Linus Broström can pull off. Linus on his second lap right now, hauling it off into turn number 3 in that beautifully prepared number 55 tonight.
Zach Taylor's up into second now with 100th faster than Marcus Hagman, but we'll see what Broström can do here. Goes 4th fastest, respectable.
Very much so. Looks like...
I think that's everyone who's going to be setting a lap.
I dare say you are correct.
Only got 15 seconds left in qualifying.
Joey Burgee, Joey Maines, and Dave Holmberg. The three of them are unfortunately not going to post times in the qualifying session, so they are going to be lined up via their iRating, as we had 38 cars take time in qualifying. But let's run down that qualifying grid, shall we, sir?
Yep, absolutely. So we've got Jalen Battle lining up from pole position and Zach Taylor next to him. In row 2, we've got the two Swedes, Marcus Hagman just alongside Linus Broström. And row 3 is going to be Russell Bradka and Chad Waller. Row 4 is going to be Gavin Marlin next to Travis Browder, who we had an interview with earlier. Then row 5 consists of Michael Smith and Albert Hewins.
Richard Poulter and Derek Cook make up row number 6. Row 7 gives us John Nettich Jr. and Skyylor Karnes. Carl Rourke and Zach Phillips making up row number 8, with row 9 going to Hermie Sadler and Rhea Ferris. Kobe Suffin and Brian Chu making up row number 10.
So we've got Isaac Wilson in row 11, just alongside Stephen Fishburne. Row 12 is going to be JB Banner on the left and Pete Van Sprundle on the right, with row 13 being Johnny Castle and Clarence Prince. Row 14 is going to be Ian Humphreys and Eugene Thorne, with row 15 being Casey Tomlinson and Brenton Henderson.
John Hopley and Marshall Harris making up row 16. Row 17 gives us Colin Zimmer and Emily Urias. Mike Iskandar and Jason Ricketts rolling off in row number 13, with row 14. I'm completely off here. Sorry. Row 17 goes to Emily Urias and Colin Zimmer. Row 18 goes to Emily Urias and Mike Iskandar. Row 19 goes to Jason Ricketts and Bob Wyckoff. Brian Trottle, the last one to lay a time down in qualifying, is going to roll off 38th. Then we've got Joey Burgee, Joey Maines, and Dave Holmberg starting shotgun on the field. So 41 drivers scheduled to roll off here tonight, 133 laps, 5 sets of tires to get it done with, 65% fuel fill. So I dare say the pit window's right around 35, maybe 40 laps if they can conserve fuel early in the run. And then no fast repairs tonight. So something to always keep in the back of your mind. And I do like it when leagues trust their drivers enough to not put fast repairs out there, though it has come to bite quite a few drivers in the past.
Yeah, it's definitely good for the realism to not have any fast repairs, and I think it just promotes a bit more clean driving, because if you've got that fast repair, then you might go for things that you won't necessarily go for if you didn't. But overall, I think it's a good thing, as we're coming now around turn 3, so we're going to be pretty close to the green here.
Absolutely. As the field rolling behind the Ford Mustang GT500 pace car, the official pace car of iRacing, always has been, always will be. Field coming out of turn number 4, pace car getting ready to make that hard left turn onto pit road. Jalen Battle has the button. Say it with me, folks. The only thing that's left to do is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, and get ready to rock and roll in Vegas. Because race fans, it's showtime! Battle and Taylor side by side as they go into turn number 1. Taylor giving plenty of room, trying to throw the block on Marcus Hagman. Hagman gets the run on the low side, moving up into the number 2 slot. Right now, Linus Brostrom getting stuck behind the outside pole sitters. Taylor did not get the restart he needed.
Yeah, I've got to apologize here, because I am having massive issues. Pretty much every car is just lagging back and forth on my end, so I do apologize about that one.
All right, then. We will do an MRN broadcast for right now. As battle right now, hot and heavy for the 3rd spot. That's Russell Bradka working on the inside of Zach Taylor as they haul it down the Nellis back straightaway and into turn number 3. The 33 of Gavin Marlin looking to do something on the inside. Does not have the room to make it happen, though, as the battle for the lead, hot and heavy between the 2 teammates. Jalen Battle on the high side. Marcus Hagman down on the apron as they come across the stripe. Give the lap to Hagman. We've got a new leader just like that. Point standings all important right now as the battle for 4th starting to heat up. Sorry, make that 5th as Gavin Marlin working on the inside of Russell Bradka. Bradka not able to make any headway, and Marlin was able to get to his inside, and just like that, Hagman was able to get that lap led for that all-important bonus point right now, as he's going to drop back, and they were 3 wide going into turn number 1 behind him. They got that one sorted out pretty quickly, as the battle right now is for 8th, as Bradka continues to backslide a little bit in the 17, as Mike Smith in the 15 working the low side right now on Hagman. Hagman just got hung out to dry, and not sure exactly what's going on with the number 5 tonight, but he is not going in the right direction. Somebody who is going in the right direction, though, is John Nettich Jr. in the 00, already up 8 spots, currently running in the number 5 position, and he's looking for 4th as they haul it off into turn number 3, right on the back bumper of the 33 of Gavin Marlin, as the battle for the lead hot and heavy now, as we've got a 3-car tango up at the front of this thing. Zach Taylor finally got it pointed in the right direction, down onto the apron as they go into turn number 1, gets it back up on the track just in time. Taylor with the nose out front as they haul it off into turn number 1. Here comes Linus Brostrom on the inside of your pole sitter. Jalen Battle getting hung out to dry on the outside. Zach Taylor going to jump up to pick up his fellow Chevy teammate, or stablemate, I should say, as they go into the 3-4 complex one more time. Contact, and Brostrom puts it through the grass, coming through the front chute. Keeps it pointed in the right direction. Does not tear any body panels off that car, though. But he and Brett, go ahead.
I'm gonna have to see if a restart's gonna fix this. So apologies.
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
But do we want to take a quick break?
Gonna need to.
Yep, I will. Switch it over then. Apologies, and we will be back as soon as we can. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, and hopefully
We
with a lot less issues than last time. We're currently under caution. It's lap 11. Your top 5 order is Zach Taylor, Jalen Battle, Gavin Marlin, Michael Smith, and Richard Poulter.
Yeah, absolutely. As the caution was brought out when Colin Zimmer lost it coming off of turn number 4, and he caught
Ladies
Zach
and gentlemen,
Phillips.
we are
Phillips
back,
has absolutely
and,
nowhere to go.
hopefully
Just
with
blasted him in
a
the
lot less
passenger side door. So little extended time on pit road for Phillips to get that fender fixed. But we still have all 40 cars that started this piece still out on track. The 62 is Zach Taylor currently showing the way. Jalen Battle sits in second. Gavin Marlin, Mike Smith, Richard Poulter, John Edits Jr., Linus Brostrom, Marcus Hagman, Russell Bradka, and Chad Waller rounding out your top 10. Current biggest mover of the race is all the way down to 19th position as Marshall Harris is up 13 spots from where he started, and Joey Burgee, sitting in the number 25th position, is currently up 15 from where he started. As the lights go out on the pace car, how are we looking?
At the moment it's fine, but it
Much better.
All started when everyone got to speed, so this is going to be the ultimate test of whether the issue has been fixed or not. I sure hope it has been.
A little bit of Vegas Super Speedway or Las Vegas Motor Speedway trivia for you. They call the back straightaway here the Nellis back straightaway. Do you know why, Jason?
I do not.
Well, that is tonight's trivia question. So those of you who are still watching, we thank you for sticking with us through the technical trouble that we're having. But who can give me the right answer as to why it's called the Nellis back straightaway as the green flag comes back out? As great jump for Zach Taylor this time as he had the button as we came back to green. Got Gavin Marlin right there with him. Marlin looking to do the same thing that Hagman did earlier. That inside line seems to be able to get going a little bit more effectively than the outside lane on these restarts so far. Oh, a little dirty pool down the back straightaway for the lead as Taylor threw the block on Marlin as Marlin was trying to go to his outside. As right now, the 52 of Richard Poulter, one of your fellow countrymen, currently up 8 spots as he wrestles the 3rd position away from your pole sitter, Jalen Battle.
Yeah, I had a small blip, but it's looking
3
not
wide.
great.
They were 3 wide for 7th there for a second between Bradka, Smith, and Browder. Browder trying to make some headway.
Yikes.
And he is
Gonna
that
have to be a radio broadcast for a minute again.
Oh, goody.
So sorry about that, but we'll try one more restart and one more settings change.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back after this short break, we hope.
Sorry about all these issues. Hello once again. We are going to try and be back again. And hopefully, this time, we won't have so many issues. Once again, I apologize thoroughly for the issues we've been having. But you join us once again under caution.
Yeah, go tell Richard Branson that he needs to feed the hamster that's running your internet. So we are under caution number 3 currently, as there was a little bit of a melee that took out just about 8 cars. Unfortunately, the announcer's curse seems to continue to ring true, as we had the 9 involved in that one, who we spoke to during the pre-race. The 25 of Hermie Stadler got caught up in that one, unfortunately. Rhea Ferris caught a piece of it. Marshall Harris of the 19 caught a piece of it. Richard Poulter in the 52. It was Ricketts and Poulter that got together that kind of triggered that whole mess. As they were 3 wide going down the back straightaway for 3rd place. And unfortunately, Hermie Sadler just a victim of circumstance yet again. Though he is back out on track, although he's missing the front fascia to that Chevy Camaro.
Ooh, yeah. I think that was about 3 curses in one for that then.
Yeah, everybody we spoke to in the pre-race, except for the 18.
Ooh, well.
Who currently runs in the number 3 spot. As the lights are out on the Ford Mustang GT 500 pace car one more time, we are going to go single file because they didn't even make it to turn 3 on the restart after caution number 2.
And we sit and we hope.
Fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. And get your hate mail coming to Richard Branson, care of Virgin Telecommunications. I believe it's Northamptonshire.
Yeah, wherever it is, we're coming towards the green now once again. JB Banner has the button. And he is going to floor it. Oh,
no,
we're
Bob.
under caution again.
Outside pole sitter Zach Taylor eating the inside retaining wall, going into turn 3. Not sure exactly what happened there. Looks like the 20 started some stuff in front of him.
Oh,
there was a stack up in front of them.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rewind that because...
Yeah, there was a big stack up going into going into 3.
Yeah. Why?
Joey Manis got run over from behind by the 23.
What was the start of this?
Stacked everyone. The 23 getting into the aid of Joey Manis. No, I'm sorry. That was not Joey Manis. That was. Who the heck was that?
Yeah, that's a weird one. That incident started even before we went green.
Yes. So that started with the 14 of Isaac Wilson getting into the 23, shoving the 23 into the 4 of Derek Cook. And then the 41 trying to avoid the 14. Weisskopf got run over from behind by the 8 of Joey Manis. The 1 of Casey Tomlinson catching a piece of that one. The 53 piles in. Cody Suffin absolutely nowhere to go in the 20. And then the 62 is Zach Taylor. Unfortunately got sent down to the inside retaining wall.
I think the word yikes comes to mind.
That's the polite way to put it. That's the PG-13 way to put it. Zach Taylor has decided to put it on the hauler.
Yeah, I mean, if
Can't say I
you're in
blame
an
them.
incident under yellow,
Well, no, they were just coming to green. Like the green flag had just come out. The
yeah,
leader didn't even get to
yeah,
the start finish line,
yeah.
and the caution came out.
By the looks of the timings, that incident happened before. Well, at least the start of it happened before the green flag even waved. But clearly, they
Pretty
were just
much.
checking up ahead, and then someone didn't react.
Yep.
So, no prizes for saying we're going to be going single file again here, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we're definitely going single file. That's an automatic iRacing deal.
Yeah.
If the leader does not complete a lap under green before another caution flies.
Pit lane
there's
entry
a-
just closed in front of the,
Yeah.
who is that? The 41?
Probably. The 41, the 1,
Yeah.
the 20, and the 53.
And Rhea Ferris just left to close pits, so I don't know what the penalty
EOL.
for that is. Oh, there you go.
Which is where she was going to be anyways, so it doesn't matter. Although she is currently sitting at 0 mile an hour.
She's moving again.
Dropping to the tail end of the line.
Yeah.
As we should be going 1 to go this coming time across the stripe. Couple interesting pit strategies starting to rear their heads so far. As JB Banner came down on lap 9 under the first caution to take fuel only. Linus Brostrom took fuel only on lap 26. Travis Browder took fuel only on lap 26. First fresh set of tires in the field on lap 26 is Marcus Hagman, though we haven't really seen any green flag racing since then. But I digress.
Well, as we're coming now, pace car lights are off towards the green. Hopefully, we can keep it clean and have some racing
Hopefully your connection hangs
that I
out.
can actually show you.
Actually, I'm looking at Mr. Couch 29 in the chat asking third caution on lap. Yeah, we're 36 laps into this one, and we're already working our now fourth caution. As the field works its way out of turn number 4, JB Banner has the button up 22 spots from where he started using pit strategy so far. The payoff as the pace car makes that hard left turn onto pit road. Banner brings him into the restart zone, and green flag is in the air. Green flag. Banner waits till the green flag comes out before pulling the trigger. It's going to stack him up a little bit. It's going to let the 18 of Travis Browder get a good run on Linus Brostrom going into 1. And Browder going to get a double as he's got the nose out front in the middle of 1 and 2. Brostrom drops down in front of the 5 of Marcus Hagman. Down the back straightaway they go as Browder now up to the point, and he is going to have to block like a mother as Linus Brostrom with a head of steam coming off of turn number 4. Brostrom with the nose out front as they come through the trioval portion. Give the lap to Brostrom by half a car length.
Yeah, it's a great move from both Browder and Brostrom to make their way past JB Banner. He's dropped quite a lot. He's dropped 6 spots since the restart, so I'm not sure.
He's on the oldest tires on track.
That'll do it. And look at Marcus Hagman now as the 2 Swedes in the lead. He's gonna try and usurp his fellow Swede here.
Hagman with the freshest set of tires in the top 5 right now. Next fresh set of tires belong to that 33 Verizon Wireless Ford Mustang of Gavin Marlin, as they are in lockstep right now. So fresh tires already paying off. Looking about a second, almost a second and a half fall off from the guys that have put fresh tires on their cars and the guys that haven't had to.
Yeah, well, definitely worth getting your fresh tires then. As Gavin Marlin now is going to go and have a look for the lead, maybe. Not quite able to make it just there, or maybe he's going to try it through 3 and 4.
He's going to try it on the exit 4 anyways, as they are side by side coming to the stripe by half a car length. Give it to Hagman.
Just about, though I'm sure those bonus points are going to come to Gavin Marlin at some point, because this inside lane is looking good for him so far.
Absolutely, as they're 3 wide behind him for 5th.
You know, we've still got like 90 laps to go, right?
Yeah, I know, right? As we are currently getting ready to put 41 in the books of the 133 scheduled here tonight. Hagman able to hang on to the lead by the slimmest of margins. Looks like they're starting to get some rubber laid down in that second lane, Jason, and we've seen it time and time again, especially later in a tire run. As I mean, do we want to say that they're about 10 laps under anger right now, considering that we did a ton of caution laps since Hagman and Marlin both came down? It's Marlin by about a fender gets that bonus point, and we already heard that Marlin's probably not going to be competing the entire season, so you know he definitely could play spoiler here tonight. But how about Chad Waller?
Yeah,
started up 3 spots from where he started, currently running in 3rd. Not a name we mention a lot of, as Waller having a pretty good run here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, no, he's doing quite well. As you said, I don't seem to remember talking about him much, and just sitting there in 3rd, sitting behind Marcus Hagman and Gavin Marlin, who've been going at it, and I'm sure he's going to get involved in the action pretty soon, but clearly doesn't want to make it 3 wide for the lead.
Well, if you take a look at the entirety of your top 7 cars, on lap 26, they all came down for 4 fresh Mr. Feelgoods.
Yeah.
Battle hot and heavy for 3rd right now, as that is Michael Smith in the 15 on the high side, the NOS Energy Drink Chevy Camaro, working the high side of Gavin Marlin. Marlin going to shuffle back into line as Hagman continues to show the way in the 5 right now. And we've seen good runs, or strong runs so far out of Hagman early on this season. Just hasn't had the finishes to confirm that. And don't look now, but take a look at who's in the top 5.
Oh, there he is.
Didn't take long. Skyylor Karnes up 9 spots, currently running in the 5th spot. He has Albert Hewins the 3rd sitting, Brian Chu and Albert Hewins sitting behind him. So Chu's got a good run going now, as he's up 14 from where he started, currently running in the number 6 slot. Linus Brostrom on the old tires and Travis Browder on the old tires have both fallen back, just barely hanging into the top 10 right now. Jalen Battle is currently in a slugfest with Mike Iskandar, as Battle trying to get his way back into the top 10, as looks like a little bit of a connection issue for the 38 of Waller. Lost him there for a split second, as Mike Smith now working the inside. So we've got cars coming out of pit road after getting some damage repair, and here comes Skyylor Karnes in the 47.
Yeah, he's just been slowly making his way up, and I guess we're used to seeing him at the front by now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's won the 2 opening rounds here for the ISNF Cup Series Season 3. Again, we want to thank everybody for sticking in with us through the technical issues that we were having in the production truck tonight. As let us know who you're riding with. We've already seen that Thomas S. is pulling for Jalen and Skyylor. So thank you for checking in with us. If you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications, as we've got a slew of racing coming up for you this week. Monday night, tomorrow night at 8:10 Eastern Time, we will have the Maestro's ARCA Series as they go into round number, I believe it's 4 on the season. Don't quote me on that, though, because I've been known to be wrong before, and God knows I'm probably wrong again.
Karnes has got up to 3rd, meanwhile.
Yeah, Karnes is on a charge right now.
And I saw what you mean about some connection issues for Jad Waller as well. He had a bit of a blink.
Just a little bit. As tomorrow night, it'll be the race 10 for the Maestro's ARCA Series from Talladega. Always a good show when the ARCA cars go to Talladega. They're slating that one. I'm showing a 9:30 Eastern Time start for that one. And then, do you like truck racing, Jason?
I've been trying them out recently. They're good fun.
Well, if you like truck racing, Tuesday night's the night for you here on ESBN, because we've got the Ricketts round number 10. That will be, I believe, from Dega as well. That is going to be an 8:20 Eastern Time start for that one. And then the nightcap tomorrow night at 10:05 Eastern Time, or the nightcap Tuesday night for the Western States Racing League Season 46, race number 3 from Atlanta. So that'll be a 10:05 start for that one. So again, if you like truck racing, Tuesday night's the night for you here on ESPN, as we've got double headers scheduled. We've got triple headers scheduled later in the week, a little bit later in the month, as the leagues start to ramp back into competitive racing. You want to turn on the bell notifications, ladies and gentlemen, because you don't want to miss a single moment of action-packed racing every night of the week. I think John and I did the high-powered gazintas, or as you guys call them over there, maths. And JB Banner finally trying to stop the hemorrhaging as he brings it down pit road. But we were doing the math on that, I believe it was just the other night. We've got 13 leagues confirmed for 2022 spring season.
Ooh.
So we are going to have a busy group of broadcasters here at ESPN, racing every night of the week, at least once a night, sometimes double and sometimes triple headers.
Yeah, that is a good solid amount of shows, and currently Gavin Marlin and Michael Smith are putting on a show. They were going past some lap traffic, going 3 wide with them.
And there's Rhea Ferris back there, just coming out of the pits after getting heavily damaged under that stack up. Just flat run over from behind when that one happened, unfortunately.
Yeah, and looking back, looks like there's a pretty nice battle here for 15th between Emily Urias and Marshall Harris. You've got Marshall Harris in the 19 car and Emily Urias in the 99 on the low side.
Yeah, absolutely. Urias up 19 from where she started. Marshall Harris up. Urias up 19. Harris up 16 from where he started, as they are going to try to reel in the 43 of Mike Iskandar, who's up 21 from where he started. So current biggest mover goes to the Petty Motorsports number 43 of Iskandar.
Yeah, and meanwhile we had some more action up front as well as Skyylor Karnes sneaked his way past Chad Waller and he's now up into second position. He's just like a shark in the water.
Place your bets,
It's
folks.
almost inevitable.
Place your bets. Can Skyylor Karnes open the season 3 in a row in a car that he hates? That's the part that I love about this whole thing.
You better start loving that car. It's working well for him. There you go, look.
He hates bow ties, but he's opened the season with back-to-back wins this season. Gets a bonus point for a lap led, up 13 spots from where he started, as he's side by side with Marcus Hagman.
Yeah, if you're this good in a car, I don't see how you can hate it, but I guess if you got brand loyalty or something.
Well, let me ask you this. Over on your side of the pond, let me see if I can equate this. Are you a Vauxhall fan or are you a Rover fan?
Is a valid option no?
It would be something similar to that.
Yeah.
You know, for our friends down under, for example, Henderson in the 36, it would be the same thing as if I asked him if he was a Holden fan or a Ford fan. You know, along those same lines.
Yeah.
You know, so there's brand loyalties everywhere around the world. And unfortunately for Skyylor Karnes, in order to get the number he likes, he has to drive a car he hates.
Well, so far the combo's doing him pretty well. I don't think anyone can deny that. And that's probably my biggest understatement of the night.
True story.
But, yeah, so far looking pretty good with these top four. They've got a 2-second gap behind them to Michael Smith in the 15, and that only appears to be growing.
No, Smith keeps hovering right around 2 seconds behind these guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, nobody to punch the hole in the air for him, as the guys in front of him are in a 4-car tango right now.
Yeah, I feel like he almost needs maybe a bit more help. I don't know. It's a difficult one because through the corners, obviously, you probably don't want someone ahead of you, but down the straight, you definitely want that help.
Well, he's got Brian Chu and Albert Hewins III for drafting help right now, as there's a huge gap back to Travis Browder in the 18, as Browder still is on the original set of tires that he started the race with.
I'm surprised he's still in the top 10. That's, what, 65 laps on one set?
Yeah. Although, quite a
Even
few
with
of
those
under caution.
cautions. No way.
Is Mike Iskandar going to bring it down pit road here?
Yeah, I think Browder's going to be hoping for a caution very, very soon.
And hoping he's not the cause of said caution.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be the most surprising thing on those tyres, but
You're not wrong.
hopefully you can manage to keep it in a straight line and keep it going quickly.
Yeah, you're absolutely not wrong on that one, Jason.
Although he has been pretty good on the tyres in recent history, if I remember correctly. Because I just seem to remember him managing long runs and just saving tyre sets until the end, so maybe this is a stroke of genius in strategy.
Well, they do only have, let's see here, 5 total sets to get them through the night. So there is the set that they started with, which is the same set they qualified on. And then they've got 4 spare sets in their pocket.
Yeah.
And about half the field has burned up at least 1 set.
It says on my info that Rhea gave us that there's 3 extra sets.
I'm looking at the race info. There are 5 sets.
Oh, fair enough.
And I take that back, more than half the field. There's only a handful of drivers that are still on that first set of tires, looking to see how far they can stretch it on fuel, as Henderson and Hopley both bring it down pit road.
I was going to say, even with those cautions, you've got to be looking light on fuel now, surely.
Yes. Ian Humphrey's going to bring it down pit road. You figure the last time most of these guys were down pit road was on lap 26, especially your front runners.
Yeah.
We're 43 laps into this current fuel run. Now, granted, about 12 of those laps were under caution. As here we go, wholesale pit stop starting to happen. Hagman in, Marlin in, Smith, Brostrom, Bradka, and Battle all in. So all your Hendrick Motorsports affiliates, along with Gavin Marlin, Linus Brostrom, and Russell Bradka, all coming down pit road.
Yep. So I'm assuming it's not going to be too long for everyone else as well.
Here comes your leader.
Yep. There you go. And yep. My assumption was correct for once. How about that?
Yeah, absolutely. But Joey Burgee going to stay out. He was last down on lap 33. So he can go a little bit further than some of these guys can. But Burgee up 39 spots from where he started driving the Double Deuce tonight. Decent run going for Joey. Derek Cook stays out. And
hopefully we'll be seeing Joey up here for a bit longer as he peels into the pits as well.
That answers that question.
It was just due to strategy.
Looks like the team was able to 200-mile-an-hour tape a new nose piece onto the Virginia's for Lovers 25 of Hermie Sadler.
As they were.
He's going to bring it down pit road now.
Yeah, that is. It doesn't look like a healthy car, but at least it's got a front end on it now.
Yeah, absolutely. And how about that? We are almost at the halfway point, and he's still running. So that's a lot better luck than he's had in the last 3 races I've seen him show up for.
Yeah, it's looking good if you've pretty much made it halfway. In fact, we're just a bit over halfway now, Yeah.
Lap 73 of
Think about it correctly.
133. Yeah. But take a look at your effective race lead. Those guys came in on different laps, and it's the same 4 usual suspects. Back at the front of this piece, this Derek Cook is going to peel off. That's going to hand the lead of the race over to the 47 currently of Skyylor Karnes, as he's got Marcus Hagman, Gavin Marlin, and Chad Waller in tow. Same 4 guys that were stem to stern before the pit stop started, still stem to stern after the green flag pit stops.
Yeah, it just shows how competitive they're being with each other and how well matched they are at the moment. If they're coming out at exactly the same time. No overcut or undercut to be had.
Well, I think Karnes came in as soon as he saw everybody behind him start to peel off. He came in at the right time.
Yeah.
Because if he had waited another lap, he wouldn't be leading.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comment, because we can see how much difference the new tires are making. We saw it with Travis Browder dropping down, and we can just see it here as well, because if you're going to be staying on those old tires, you're going to be 2 seconds a lap down at least.
Roughly. I mean, that's a rough approximation right there. As Browder giving Russell Bradka all he can handle right now for the 5th spot, as they are working on the lap car. That is the 16 of... Where did my timing and scoring go? Of course it decides to poop. Ryan Treadwell. Oh,
Ooh,
buddy.
caution. Oh, Skyylor Karnes.
Oh no. Oi. What happened there?
That's 00 that just got up into him? That's a lap
Yeah.
car. Oh.
Yep. You know, when you hear us say it just about every race that nobody wants to be that guy,
Yeah,
that's
really...
what we're talking about when we say that you don't want to be that guy. John Nedditz Jr. was just that guy.
Yeah, that really affected Marcus Hagman as well.
No, Hagman had absolutely nowhere to go.
Yeah. Oh, it looked like it went a bit into Gavin Marlin as well, and Gavin Marlin's in the pits.
Oh yeah, no, Marlin caught a piece of it. Hagman caught a piece of it.
Chad Waller, the only one to completely survive that. Out of the top 4.
So now it's time for good news, bad news.
Take the good news first.
Good news. We are only 3 weeks away from the driver index cutoff race.
Yes.
Bad news. We still have 3 more weeks before we start to thin the field out.
Yeah,
Now, for those of you wondering what the hell I'm talking about, Hagman's missing his nose, and I don't think he realizes it.
Oh, yeah.
There is a driver rating that this league is implementing, and it's been a while since I've done calculus, so I'm not 100% certain what the calculation is. But what I do know is they base it on incident points, laps driven, and the biggest hurting factor in your driver rating is if you leave the session early.
Yeah.
You know, just put it on the hauler and say, screw this, I'm done. That really is detriment to your driver rating. If you happen to be one of the drivers that's taken out the leader,
that's not
pretty
going to do too
detrimental
well.
to your. Yeah, that's pretty detrimental to your driver rating as well. And anybody with a driver rating under 80 after the first week in February race, I believe it's February 6th. I will check that information momentarily. But anybody that is under an 80 at that point, and it is, yes, February 6th, Circuit of the Americas race. After that race, anybody with an 80 or below will not be able to run in the Cup Series at all until they get their driver rating above an 80.
Yeah, at that point, if they can get their way into the Truck Series or Xfinities, I believe they run as well.
Well, that's what it's going to do. Is it's going to drop you down tier by tier, and I don't know what tier cutoffs are to move you down and down and down. But anybody that's in one of the lower tiers and is above an 80 is eligible for promotion into the Cup Series to replace one of those drivers who has fallen out of the Cup Series. So we might see some new names in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, some new names that hopefully can come out here and prove themselves and prove why they've got that driver rating of 80 and above and why they should be racing here.
Well, let's think about what we looked at last season at the closing races of the Season 2 here in the iSNF Cup Series. We saw 3 different rookies in their first start in the Cup Series come home with victories at the tail end of last season.
Yeah. One of which is Skyylor Karnes.
One of which is Skyylor Karnes, who won, I believe he won back-to-back last season as well.
Yes, he did.
His first 2 starts were put in victory lane.
That's one way to start yourself in a league.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what's he do at the start of this season? Back-to-back victory lanes. So, it just you hate to see it happen as the green flag does come back out. Sorry, I wasn't live, folks. Hagman with the nose out front, but for how long? The front bumper support. So here comes Chad Waller on the high side. Better aerodynamics making it happen in that second lane, and I don't think Hagman realizes just how damaged that Hendrick Motorsports number 5 is right now.
Ooh, looking at it, I think he's going to realize quite soon with the amount of speed he does not have. He is just dropping places left, right, and center.
So that's going to move Waller into the lead. Browder right there. Bradka right there. Smith right there. As I saw one get up into the wall, I think that was a 36.
So the 66 and the 11 going at it for 6th place. Looks
Those
like
guys
Albert
have been
Hewen's
hammering tongue all night.
Albert Hewen's going to stay in 6th place for now.
How about Emily Arias sitting in the number 8 spot? She's up 26 spots, along with Mike Iskandar in the tied number 43. You know, I mean, this is some impressive runs from some of the people that we don't get to talk about a lot.
Yeah, that's just got me thinking. Name a driver who we've been talking about more that just constantly gains spots in the race. I think Mike Iskandar comes at the top of that list. I seem to remember talking about him pretty much all the time on that list.
Iskandar, Maines.
Yeah.
Those are two the first 2 names that come to my mind that we always talk about. Like, holy crap! One of if not the biggest movers of the race, week in and week out, because they're arguably not great qualifiers, but when it comes time to start laying down consistent laps at speed under anger, they have great racecraft.
Yeah, I mean, that 1 lap pace almost doesn't matter as much. Because if you've got 200 miles to do it in the race, then what would you prefer? Being the quickest over 1 lap and then just dropping in the race? Or having fun getting through the field in the race? I think I know which one I prefer.
I like a good side-by-side battle.
Yeah.
You know, it's a chess match at 200 miles an hour. That's the best way I can put it.
I like chess and I like speed. There you go.
Well, somebody asked me when I was a young gunner what I liked most about racing, and that's what I said to them. And then they thought about it for a second, like, oh, I never thought of that before. You know, it's not just, put your foot down and, who's got the biggest set that they can put up on the dashboard. There's a lot of brain trust that goes into making one of these cars fast, keeping one of these cars fast, and, positioning the car where it needs to be to hold off somebody that might possibly be ever so slightly faster than you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Jason, how many times have we seen it where we see somebody ripping through the field and they'll get to that next position and, catching somebody is one thing, getting past them is another.
Yeah, definitely. It's like once you get those laps and once you're able to put in consistently fast laps, it almost doesn't become about driver skill too much anymore, but it's just more a strategy type thing. When are you making your move? Like, who are you going to be supporting? Where do you want to position your car? I feel like that's the main difference between being here and being on a road course, for example.
Well, even then, it's still the same skill set as far as racecraft goes. I mean, yes, there's a different skill set needed to be an effective road racer, but it's not just the driver. You go to a real world race, and I would invite any person listening right now, when the tracks open back up for the 2022 season, no matter where you are in the world, if a local track is open, you owe it to yourself as a race fan to spend the extra 15, 20 quid and get yourself a pit pass and look at what goes on behind the scenes to prep those cars or to repair those cars. Should something go horribly wrong, there are so many talented people that never really get the recognition that they deserve, that are thrashing away on these cars week in and week out in the race shops, week in and week out at the racetrack, trying to give the driver the best possible machine that they can to let the driver be as effective as they can.
Yeah, I mean, the teams do absolute work behind the scenes, and well, frankly, without them, then no one would have a good enough car to even field.
Absolutely.
It's just the sort of thing where those guys do the work and they get pretty unrecognized for it. It looks like we're 3 wide here.
Yes, we are.
66.99 and the 11. Yep, 11 just backs out of that one. Quite a smart move there from him.
Well, I mean, we've talked about racecraft.
Yeah.
Brian Chu,
There you go.
one of the best in the business as far as racecraft goes. He knows how to bring a car home in one piece, provided he doesn't get caught up in someone else's dumpster fire.
To finish first you must finish.
No truer words were ever spoken.
There's my quote for the day.
Now, do you know where that quote came from?
Oh, I cannot remember for the life of me.
Lee Petty, when he was talking to his son Richard back in 1953.
Okay, I did not know that one. Well, that worked pretty well out for him then, didn't it?
Absolutely. And those words stuck with him for years, as looks like Jalen Battle in a tizzy right now with his work around Russell Bradka, right behind Mike Smith, as here comes, that is the 48 of JB Banner, who had to get some damage repaired.
Making his way back up.
Making his way back up through the field. So good run for Banner going on right now as well. Up 17 from where he started.
Yeah, we've got...
Gavin Marlin back into the top 10. So good to see that happening.
Oh, yeah. It's being a pretty decent recovery for those involved in the wreck so far. Apart from Marcus Hagman. Has he even pitted yet? Nope.
Nope.
I have to admit, you'd start to think about pitting, but you'd lose so much time being stopped.
Yeah.
You really want to be doing that under caution, but
well,
he's just not getting one.
We're looking at a pit road delta of about 45 seconds, provided you don't have to get damage repaired. That's just for foreign fuel. So you figure Hagman's going to lose at least 2 in the pits.
Yeah, it's got to be way over a minute of damage at least.
Yeah, absolutely. He would lose 2 just parked in his pit stall. Yeah. As we've got a hot and heavy battle right now going on for 9th between Gavin Marlin, Emily Urias, and Brian Chu. So a Ford, a Chevy, and a Toyota just slugging it out right now.
Yeah, and I think it's two of our youngest drivers in this league at the front of this battle. Emily Urias showing 17 years of age, and Gavin Marlin, our 10-year-old driver, as Brian Chu is going to be
Didn't he
looking
just have a
for a
birthday?
move. I'm not sure on that.
All right.
If so, then we'll have to get it updated. I'm pretty sure he watches these streams, so let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. And FPX Wolfgang, we are looking at Urias. Currently up 23 spots from where she started this piece. Currently holding down 11th position, giving up a couple to those two hard chargers in front of her. Looking to bring that Good Sam Chevy Camaro home in one piece tonight. As Joey Burgee closing in on her. Burgee went a lap down earlier, got caught up in one of those melees, but seems to have the nuclear banana Pennzoil Ford Mustang tuned out right now and getting ready to make something happen. Is Mike Iskandar going to bring it down pit road?
Now, according to my timing, Burgee is still a couple laps down and looking to unlap himself.
Yes. Yeah, currently two down. He got caught up in one of those earlier fracases.
Yeah, so he's got to try and do it the hard way, I think. That's probably fresher tires. No,
it's not. That's just driving the wheels off that. And don't look now. Urias is in trouble.
Yeah,
Look who's behind her.
Oh, here he is, Skyylor Karnes.
Looking to get back into the top 10.
Well, he's got 30 laps to make something happen. Get as many positions as he possibly can.
As we have 102 of 133 in the books already. So tires don't seem to be turning into an issue as we first thought they might be. And I dare say that most of that is attributed to the fact that the track temperature right now is only 69 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Again, we're looking about a half of what we've seen it here before at Vegas. You know, in the dry desert heat, we're normally in the 3-digit range. And, you know, this is winter coat weather for Vegas.
Yeah, I'll have to get a translation on that into Celsius at some point so that I understand what's going on with the temperature, but yeah.
Give me 3 seconds.
A cold track will definitely help on the tyre wear, and we're very close there between Skyylor Karnes and Emily Urias.
It's 20 and a half right now, Jason.
Ah, that's nice and toasty in the UK.
Oh, yeah, it'd be shorts and t-shirt weather for you guys.
Yep.
But you got to figure, you know, these guys are dealing with me.
Well, 30 plus on the regular, I would assume.
51 and a half is what they're normally dealing with for track temperature here.
No thanks. Although I guess air temp would be slightly less than track temp. I hope.
Yeah, your air temperature is currently 65 degrees.
Yeah.
So 18 and a third.
Yeah, well, that definitely explains the tire situation then.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because this is when this track is going to have the most grip.
Yeah.
As you're not seeing things, folks. The Moscow lighting down the back straightaway is coming on. We are going to finish at night here at Vegas. And Jason, if you ever get the opportunity, you owe it to yourself to go to the Fremont Street Experience in Vegas.
Well, if I ever get there, then I'm doing as much as I can, I guess.
And don't do what one of my teammates did when I was working in the Real World Cup Series. One of our crewmen decided he was going to blow $400 between the time we got off the plane and the time we got to the baggage claim.
Yeah, no,
They have slot machines in the airport.
It's Vegas. That's the excuse. But Travis Browder is now in the pits, going for a bit of a gamble on the tires. Although it looks like everyone's going to be coming in.
I think it was that was a reflexive move, as the 38 of Waller came down about 2 laps ago. It's going to hand the lead of the race over to Linus Brostrom right now. And I dare say we are getting ready to see the second round of pit stops as Hagman finally in. The question is, how long is he going to be held in his box?
That is an interesting question. I'm going to be looking at that time. But Linus Brostrom not in yet. So I would expect that he would be in fairly soon. Unless he's trying another strategy. There you go.
There you go. About 32 laps, right around where I was thinking we were going to be. I said right around 35.
Yeah.
So that's going to hand the lead of the race over to JB Banner again in the 48, up 22 spots. Urias currently running in the number 3 spot right now, up 31. But again, Banner, Marlin, and Urias still all have to come back down pit road for what should be the money stop.
You know what? Marcus Hagman did not bother with repairs at all.
I think he did the mandatory repairs, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, 45 seconds on pit road, that's on par with what everyone else was doing, so I don't think he actually had any mandatories left.
Well, that's just it. He never came down to get anything done.
But effective race lead is with Chad Waller at the moment. He has got a 1.5 second and growing gap on Linus Brostrom. Now on Jalen Battle as he's getting around Brostrom, just on his outlap.
It's still 1.8 over Battle. So, again, your effective race lead is right there.
I mean, he's going to be hoping for a completely clean race from here on out, no cautions.
Yeah, true story. But again, a name that we don't talk, and there it is. Oh.
I'm sorry, Chad.
What? Travis. It's Browder.
Oh. Oh, no.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's... He visited the moon. Right, I've got to rewind to see what how this happened.
That's a headset going blank. Oh, just gets annihilated by the 19. Oh,
what is chase cam over here? There we go. That'll do it. Oh, yep.
Grief.
Clearly some sort of hardware issue there, and then 19 coming in sends him to Mars and back.
He just caught more airtime than a skateboard at the X Games.
Yeah. What was that about the thank God it's a sim moment?
Yeah, that definitely was one because he got hit in the driver's door.
Yep. And that's going to give a much cheaper pit stop to the likes of Gavin Marlin and JB Banner.
Yes, it is. As there's going to be a whole ton of cars looking to get the wave around.
Yes. And, say much cheaper. It's effectively a free stop.
What the hell?
Because these guys are still ahead.
Yeah, there were quite a few cars a lap down.
Yeah, because at that point it was pretty much everyone a lap down, because you only had the people out that were stretching it to a longer stint.
I am going to send you something, Jason.
Yep.
And I'm concerned about Travis right now.
How so?
Something was done in the in-sim chat that has me greatly concerned. And I will show it to you when I get the screen cap done. But something went haywire with Browder's gear.
You know, I hope he's not running a direct drive wheel.
That's not what I think the problem is. There's deeper issues than that. Give me about... I'll show you after the race is over because I'm going to want to have a word with Rhea about this one too. It's just very concerning what I just read.
Feel free to send it my way if you get a moment.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely doing it. I just have to
Yeah.
get the screen cap put into something because for some reason when I do a screen cap, it shows both my screens. So I have to manipulate the photo just a little bit, and I will circle this in I will circle this for you so you know what the hell I'm talking about.
Okay.
Sorry, folks. Just concerning what's going on here. So, wholesale pit stops for the entire field are done. Everybody should have their money stop completed by now. They are going to extend the caution to make sure that all the wave around cars are able to tag on to the tail end of this this lead group here.
Yeah, it seemed to get sorted out fairly late, so obviously extending the caution. Just making sure that there's not a load of drivers that are, what, 20 plus seconds behind.
Yeah, they're trying to make sure that nobody, I believe it's called cold trickling the field.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, with the timing, you would have had 10 plus cars coming at full pace towards a basically completely stopped field.
Yeah, that would just end poorly. So, Jason, I'm sending that your way right now. You tell me where I circled it in red.
I mean, it ends poorly when one car does it. I would regret to think what would happen with 15.
Absolutely. But right now, at the front of this piece, is the 34 of Johnny Castle. Castle's another name that we don't talk about a lot. But pit strategy playing out to almost perfection for him right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I do remember talking about him a little bit in the practice session just before we went live.
Now here's the other thing. Castle is going to be leading this piece. The next closest car is Jalen Battle, who's 3 seconds back behind all those lap cars.
Oh, yeah, because they haven't sorted, they haven't been able to sort that out, have they?
Well, all the wave around cars have to go to the tail end of the longest line.
Yeah, that is a very long line.
Yeah, it is. So I gotta like Castle's odds right now, especially on the fresh shoes. As they come out of turn number 4, pace car is in. Castle gets him into the restart zone. Green flag comes back out as Hermie Sadler in lockstep with him. Sadler looking to get one of his laps back the hard way here, or the one lap he's down back the hard way, I should say. Not able to really make it happen there. As here comes Derek
wide
Cook.
behind there.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Jalen Battle and Linus Brostrom not wasting any time trying to get back up to the front of this piece. 34 of Johnny Castle's going to have a lot of work ahead of him, I think, to try and keep these two guys behind.
Yes, he is, absolutely. And we got somebody going. Treadwell. No, it's Gavin Marlin gets sent down pit road.
Oh. Did he just get pushed down there?
I'm going to look right now. I don't think he had much of a choice. He caught the apron in the middle. He was working around the lap car, the 23 of Eugene Thorne, and just touched the apron, and just down pit road she went, and he could not keep that thing up on the track. Just barely able to get that thing woed down in time. But battle for the lead right now, literally, is Battle and Brostrom have caught the 34 of Castle, as well as the 17 of Bradka is up there as well. And, Russell Bradka is another one of those guys that has not had the finishes that he deserves.
Yeah, definitely. He's a very solid driver, and we just sort of see him get into unfortunate incidents quite a lot of the time.
Yeah, he's always getting caught up in other people's dumpster fires.
Yeah. I'm just looking now. Skyylor Karnes is back up into 8th place, challenging for 7th on Albert Hewins. There's quite a decent little pack here for 5th.
Oh, so, Marlin had to serve a black flag.
Oh, okay.
But I dare say Skyylor Karnes is quickly running out of time.
Yeah.
As we're going to be 11 to go this time across the stripe. As Karnes, 3 seconds till he can get to this lead group of Brostrom, Battle, and Bradka. And there's a couple good gaps in there that he's going to have to get to. As the 4 of Derek Cook doing everything he can to stay on the lead lap. He just got his lap back the hard way. Currently running in the number 16 slot. He and Hermie Sadler were running for the lucky dog. Sadler right now at the tail end of this freight train, so should a caution come out, Sadler would get the lucky dog right now, as he's currently the first car 1 or more laps down.
Yep, and I was looking for at that train for 5th, but it looks like we're going to have a bit of a battle hotting up for the lead here, as Linus Brostrom does not have much of a gap back at all to Jalen Battle and Russell Bradka. There was a bit of a gap between the top 2 and 3rd place, but that has all but disappeared as we're coming into the very closing stages of this race.
Absolutely, until Russell Bradka hit that little bit of arrow push with those guys running about 2 car lengths apart, about 2 car length separation between Brostrom, Battle, and Bradka. As right now, Derek Cook driving for his career right now. Again, trying to keep that car on the lead lap. Brostrom, though, shows the way in the 55. And we saw Brostrom last season come into the league and kind of set the world just about on fire. And,
yeah.
It just goes to show you time and time again. And, these guys that get these shots at coming into this league in the Cup Series, they make the most of it.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
Even if it's just to sub for somebody, if they get called up, they want to make the most of it, because if another spot opens up, they want to be on the other end of the phone call.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be the guy that people remember for the right reasons.
Right.
So if you get that chance, you just got to go for it. And I think that's why we've been seeing such good rookie performances last season. because they just sort of had to go for it, and you can see that it's paid off by the fact that they've got full-time seats this season.
Well, the other thing is too, I mean, when those guys came in, we were in a playoff situation when most of those guys started to come in, or just before the playoffs, and they weren't racing for points at that time. They were just racing for wins. And when you're racing for just go out there and try to win the damn race, or if you're racing for points, there's two different mindsets that you go into.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you right now, and the way it sits currently, my vote for ESBN Driver of the Night, as they currently sit, I'm going to say it's Emily Urias. Probably one of her best finishes to date since joining the Cup Series. Up 24 spots from where she started this piece.
Yeah, when I was looking at my timings, I went straight to her as well. So I think that's pretty much settled. But just going back onto that point, as you were saying, it's a completely different mindset, because you can race for points and go sort of under the radar, but you're obviously going to know who wins.
Oh, yeah. And like I used to tell some friends of mine, I can tell you who won the championship in NASCAR, IndyCar, and the 4 professional classes of the NHRA. But I could also tell you who won Daytona, the Indy 500, and the U.S. Nationals. There's that. You get that big win, that career-defining win, and that's, people will remember that. As popsicle sticks in the air, Linus Brostrom currently shows the way. Skyylor Karnes working on the back of Mike Smith right now for 4th place, as Karnes currently sits in the number 5 slot.
Be careful for Brian Chew on his outside, because he was looking good to try and get past Mike Smith there.
Yeah.
But Chew was having a look. He's going to try a bit of a cutback by the looks of things. Let's see if he's got the momentum down here. Just going to quickly switch back to the lead for the moment, just to see if anything happens here. Checkered flag is out, and Linus Brostrom...
the white flag's out, bud.
Is going to get that. Oh, it said checkered flag on me.
No, they are working lap 133.
Oh.
I'm a lap behind.
Well, there you go.
Checkered flag. Sorry, folks. I wasn't live. But, Linus Brostrom coming home with a victory here tonight. Jalen Battle, after setting quick time in qualifying, comes home in 2nd place. Russell Bradka comes home with a podium finish. Skyylor Karnes, great recovery drive, coming home in 4th.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most eventful podiums that we've seen.
Oh, absolutely.
Skyylor Karnes, yeah, that's a brilliant recovery drive there.
Here's another thing to point out. This is the first race this season we have not had to go in overtime.
Yeah, you make a good point. Fair enough, there were only 2 races before this, but it still works.
But still.
Yeah. It's still valid.
Let's see. Bear with me here as I'm just trying to find our interviewees.
Yeah, while you do that, I will bring up the graphics for the results, and we will go through them after the interviews. It would help if I selected them before trying that.
Sometimes that helps.
And there you go. Linus Brostrom is doing his reverse victory lap. Hopefully everyone's in the Discord.
I'm still looking for Linus. Bear with me. Why am I not seeing Linus?
Probably because he isn't there. Because I don't see him either.
All right. Well,
That
let's
is
give him some
unfortunate.
time. There he is.
Aha.
Finally making it in. As we are going to reach out to the driver of the 55 Ford Mustang. Congratulations on your first victory of Season 3, Linus Brostrom.
Thank you very much.
So talk us through what was going through your mind when that late race caution came out.
Well, I had fuel to stay out for like another 10 laps, and I was thinking if I was going to stay out or if I was going to pit with everyone else. And obviously didn't want to give the win away, so I just had to pit with them. And then when the caution came out, I was pretty much screwed. But then something happened. They delayed the green, so we got way past all the lead lap cars, or the lap down cars. And I essentially started third with a few lap cars between me and the leaders. And then when the start went, I noticed that the lead car was slow. So I just had to get out front of all of us on the freshest tires and go as fast as I could behind that 4 car. But when that caution came out, I thought that was race over because there were 3 guys or 4 guys on the lead lap that was going to have fresh tires. So I thought I'm racing for 5th here. So the outcome of this race, considering I was 19th at one point as well, I don't think it can make it much more exciting than this on my part.
Well, Linus, you definitely made quick work of those lap cars when we went back to green flag action, as yourself, Jalen Bell, and Russell Bradka put on a show in the closing laps of this one here at Vegas.
Yeah, it's when that green flag dropped, and we noticed how slow those lap cars were. Just had to find a hole and go for it. And he went to the bottom, so I kind of had to go to the outside to try and pass him. So I squeezed it 4 wide, and I'm not sure how close we were. But if I don't make that move, I'm not winning this race. If I go behind the 24, I don't think I'm going to make it past him. So I had to do it, and it won me the race. So I apologize if I scared anyone there in that situation, but I ended up in victory lane, so I think it's justified.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a great run to watch you guys do your magic. So we're going to be switching gears a little bit going into next week, as we do stay in the desert, but we go down to Phoenix. Your thoughts going into the mile jewel in the desert?
I love that track, and I love it even more now that it's been converted and switched around 180 degrees. But unfortunately, since I live in Sweden and we're 6 hours ahead of you, and I got to work on Monday mornings, I don't know how many races I'm going to be able to make. So just the fact that I've been able to make all 3 races so far this season is just by pure luck, and I hope I can keep that luck going, as I'm on a pretty good run in the championship, I guess. But if I can make that race, it's going to be an absolute blast. And if not, I think all the other guys are still going to be able to put on a really good show for you guys, because that new configuration of that track, you can literally use every single lane in all corners. So it's going to be a very, very interesting race.
Well, Linus, with any luck, you will be able to make that race next week. But before we let you go celebrate with your team here tonight in Vegas, you got to do it up Fremont Street style. Who do you need to thank?
First of all, Ria and all you guys for putting on the show and for letting me join in once again, even though I can't let them know until a few hours ahead. Of course, Marcus, who's normally my teammate in Force Esports, and all the guys over there. And shout out to the guys over in Discord watching this race now, Alex, Tony, and Stefan. It's great to have the support from them here in the end as well. So and shout out to everyone for making this race as good as it was.
Well,
and
best
to
of
you
luck.
guys for putting on the broadcast, obviously.
Thank you, sir, and best of luck to you guys in the upcoming Rolex 24 at Daytona.
Thank you.
That is Linus Brostrom, our winner here tonight. And Jason, I believe you have the driver of the number 24 with you now.
Yeah, hello, Jalen. Do you copy?
Yep, gotcha, guys.
Well, congratulations on the second place. I think it's fair to say from everyone's perspective that it was a very eventful race. Just talk us through how it went overall.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was a really good day for Hendrick, and we had a pretty good schedule there, and then got a bit of damage on the restart, but thankfully it wasn't too bad, and we just had to have the cautions go our way and have a little bit of luck, and we ended up getting that. So I don't know what happened in the last restart there, but I was just trying to go for all I had, and I knew Linus had a little bit better tires there, so I was just trying to see if I can make something happen. But one short, but overall, I'll take it. I mean, had about 50 seconds of damage, so I think second place is the best you can do there.
Yeah, no, that final restart just sort of felt like Send It City for most of you guys as you were trying to get past that lap traffic. But what were your thoughts going into that restart? Just sort of go for it and see what you can do with it?
Well, yeah, it was pretty much go for it. Once we took the green, I was kind of just trying to see if they were going to hold a caution or something because people weren't getting caught up, or like I think the restart line was just not where it was supposed to be. I don't know if it was a glitch with vibration or something, but by that point, I mean, it was my job to just go get as many positions as I could there at the end and try to go for the win. So.
Yeah, well, you did pretty well for it, and as you said, it was a very all over the place race, so you did well to come out with second. And before we let you go celebrate your podium, who do you need to thank?
Yep. Like as always, shout out to you guys for putting on a really good broadcast. Always great to go back and watch, and shout out for Rhea with the league and her team there, just keeping everything going smoothly as it can. And then shout out to Hendrick Motorsports and their allies and my teammates who were helping each other out there and giving each other good information. So hopefully we can take that teamwork into next week's.
Yeah, well, good luck for Phoenix, and hopefully we'll be talking to you next week.
All right, Timber. Thanks, guys.
So that was our second place finisher, Jalen Battle, and joining us now, the driver of the number 17, Mr. Russell Bradka. And Russell, it's been a long time since we've been able to talk to you on a podium, but congratulations on grabbing one here in Sin City.
Thank you. Yeah, I've had some bad luck, whether my own doing or somebody else's. I've had pretty bad luck.
Well, you had some pretty decent luck here tonight, and we've already heard from your two dancing partners in the closing laps of this piece. But talk us through your late race restart and what you felt you needed to do at that point.
The only goal I had was to follow Jalen through that mess. That was it. Just to try to follow him and stick with him.
That usually seems like a pretty good idea, considering that on the mile and a half, he's pretty stout.
Definitely.
But you were showing that you were pretty stout here tonight too. Didn't have the qualifying attempt you were hoping for, qualifying in the number 5 slot, but you kept that thing up front most of the night and stayed out of trouble, which seemed to be the key here at Vegas.
Yeah, that was my whole goal, was to try to stay in the top 10 and stay out of trouble. Got dicey there a couple of times, but it worked out pretty well for me this time.
Well, Russell, we go from the mile and a half here in Vegas to the D-shaped demon of Phoenix next week. Your thoughts going into that 1 miler?
I love Phoenix. It doesn't love me, but I love Phoenix. That's one of my favorites.
Well, what are your thoughts, considering that they did give us the repave at the end of last season? The air quote new configuration that we're using now. What are your thoughts about that layout?
I like it a lot better. It's a little more racy, I think, in my opinion. I know a lot of guys don't like it. It's about half and half, but I like it a lot.
Well, Russell, again, congratulations on the amazing finish here tonight. First podium of the season. Hopefully, we're able to talk to you 2 spots higher next week in Phoenix. Hopefully, your good luck will continue. But who do you need to thank before we let you go here tonight?
I just want to thank you guys at Sim Racing Media, Rhea, for putting on the league, and she puts up with a lot with us. And my teammates that helped me out during that race.
All right, Russell, again, congratulations on your first podium of the season. Best of luck to you next week.
Thank you. See you next week.
So, Jason, we got another one in the books. what's your takeaway from the City of Sin?
Yeah, well, once we were able to see it from lap 30 roughly onwards, that was a fantastic race. Time has flown by. I don't feel like I've been sitting here for very long, which just shows you that it was a great race. I don't think there's much more. There's been drama the whole way through it. We realistically we didn't know who was going to win until the last couple of laps, which is always a really nice thing to have.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you take a look at the the split times at the finish line. You're about a second separating first and third.
Yeah.
That's an amazing run right there. But again, ESBN driver of the night going to our 10th place finisher, Emily Urias, up 24 spots from where she started, coming home in 10th. Great drive. This is one of the best drives we've seen out of her. One of the best drives we've seen out of Chad Waller in a while. Albert Hewins, I think this is his first race with the league. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think I've seen the name before, but it would have only been once or twice at least.
So subbing possibly last season, but
yeah. But honestly, I've got to say a big shout out once again to Joey Manis and Mike Iskandar finishing 14th and 15th. We mentioned them during the race. They're the two guys that you always see making up 20 plus spots, and they haven't disappointed today either.
Yeah, absolutely. Up 25 and up 20 respectively. Those guys, again, it's short run pace versus long run pace. And, the guys like Maines and Iskandar, week in and week out, show that they have the long run pace, provided they don't get caught up in those mid-pack fracases that happen that inevitably will bring out an early race caution, and they get put behind the 8 ball early.
Yeah, it's all about staying safe in those first few laps, then you can make your way up. Because that's probably part of it, to be fair. They can make their way up by just not crashing and just being more aware than the drivers around them, maybe, and avoiding anything that comes their way. But what do you say we have a run-through of the race results?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, well, as we all know, the top three, Linus Brostrom in first place, Jalen Battle came home in second, Russell Brackett in third. Skyylor Karnes coming home in fourth, so that's still a solid points haul, especially after the wreck he had midway through the race. Michael Smith coming home in fifth with Brian Chu in sixth, Isaac Wilson seventh, and Albert Hewins in eighth. Good run from Chad Waller for 9th place, and Emily Urias, the ESPN driver of the day, finishing in 10th.
Johnny Castle coming home in 11th. 12th going to Ian Humphreys. JB Banner in 13th. Joey Maines in 14th. Mike Iskandar in 15th. 16th going to Derek Cook. Cook being the last car being scored on the lead lap. Hermie Sadler coming home in 17th. First car one lap down. Brendan Henderson coming home in 18th, 19th going to John Hopley, and 20th going to Marcus Hagman.
21st, we have Marshall Harris with Clarence Prince in 22nd. Gavin Marlin was in 23rd, and Eugene Thorne in 24th. Brian Treadwell ended up 25th with Rhea Ferris in 26th position. Casey Tomlinson was 27th, and 28th was Pete Van Sprundle. 29th, Richard Poulter, and 30th was Stephen Fishburne.
Joey Burgee coming home in 31st. Jason Ricketts, 32nd. 33rd goes to Travis Browder after having the connection issue earlier. Colin Zimmer in 34th. 35th going to John Nettich Jr. Carl Rourke in 36th. 37th going to Cody Stuffin. Bob Wyckoff in 38th. 39th going to Zach Taylor. 40th going to Zach Phillips. Dave Holmberg did not start. So that should about do it for us here tonight from Vegas. Again, join us tomorrow night for the Maestro's ARCA series, or Maestro's Classic ARCA series, I should say. I do apologize for that. As they go race 10 at Talladega. ARCA cars at Dega is always fun to watch. And then if you like truck racing, Tuesday night is the night for you. Again, this is thank you for watching ESBN. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, share, turn on bell notifications if you haven't done so already. And for Jason Sawford, this is Tony Trapasso reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, that as you walk down the road of life, please don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.
And good night.